Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Unfortunately, not of Light and Darkness anymore, because the global version did kick that, but global has officially released over here, and I've been having a lot of fun with it so far. Naturally, I do a lot of streams of 7 Deadly Sins over on twitch.tv on the Japanese version, but as of global releasing, I'm playing a shit ton more of this version, and it's been quite fun. I didn't go for like the generic reroll because like a lot of people right now into global are very intent on like green melee plus like red Arthur, green melee plus green king, stuff like that. But for me personally, I'll just use someone else's like friend melee for Demon Hendrickson later on. For right now, I just went for like a good reroll with 2 SR or SSRs, so I got the green king for Great Demon later on. And I got Gila, because Gila is just good at, like, AoE stuff. She's basically a worse version of Hauser, but still serviceable. And it's been quite fun so far. But for today, for this first version and this first, like, video on Global here, I just want to do some showcases on, like, main story stuff. Like, I'm going to finish up what I have available here. And then afterwards, we're probably just going to go and do, like... See, right now, we're in a state where it's not super worth it to do pulls because the current banners on the game are only the premium banner, and every one of these characters inside this banner right now are going to be on tickets for the rest of time. Every one of these characters is going to be in the part 1 tickets. So like doing a multi on this banner isn't really worth it, but at the same time, it's always hard when a game first comes out and like everyone wants to gun for that really good unit. And you only release the banner that allows them to reroll for those starters. Everyone goes for it. I've seen people doing like 300 gem summons on this first banner. And I respect it, you know, it's a hustle. But definitely for people that don't want to spend too often and aren't like going to whale out every banner. I definitely think this first banner is going to be a for sure skip for most people. But yeah, it's been pretty fun so far. I think that global is a good version of the game because they altered the course of it, and because they already know where they want to go for where JP is right now, they released global in a state where it's kind of a pseudo mix of the quality of life we already had on JP, as well as like different things that they could have improved in general in the first place. The game dropped with characters like the Red Arthur, with characters like let's say Vanessa, Vivian, the SR version on the starter banner. Those two characters weren't at all inside the game until like super late on inside the original game in the JP version. But those characters are probably some of the most relevant right now because they've been power scaled up to that point. So it's interesting. It's been neat to try and discover, like, because they shook up the meta from the OG version of JP just a little bit, it's interesting to see how things shifted because of that. And I think that Arthur is one of the best characters in the game right now because of that. There are like no other characters that do what he does. Red Arthur is a character that buffs your entire squad at 2-star and gives them both attack and defense and HP related stats, I believe, which is just crazy for early game. But here, so we're gonna use Bond to get this damage here. Honestly, I should probably do like this first and then do this, just because it does extra damage for now. But it's been nice. It's been a good like it's been a good game to play in the day-to-day so far. I definitely think that starting over in a game where you have to like make gear kits and like you have to grind out every small substat of every piece of gear up to blankety blankety blank and do all of that. Starting over is something very jarring, and I can't say it's the most fun thing I've done in the world. But I think it's a natural part of going through this, because they separated global servers and the Asia servers. So it seems like JP and Korean share servers, but global is like North America, Europe, places like that. Basically everywhere else that isn't the main Asia servers. Which is cool. It works out quite well for anyone that's trying to just like queue up for raids. You may or may not be able to see. I still haven't gotten my raids just yet because it takes a while to like grind the story. But it's been fun so far. Here, so we're gonna go fight Jericho here. I actually have Bond already upgraded, so like that's fine. Bond's one of the first characters I worked on. Also, my headset just died. Bond's one of the first characters I worked on just because, I don't know, he's good for Red Demon, so I figured early game, the SR version of him was just worth it to max out. And like seeing this translated as well is super good. If you guys are actually curious how you get the landscape version of this game, I use a thing called screen rotation control that lets you like turn it on its side. I find the cutscenes to be so beautiful when you do. Like this right here, this Jericho. It's some pretty top tier stuff. This shouldn't be too bad, honestly. Because I have the exact red bond I needed already up to UR, it's kind of just alright. I haven't actually gotten to the point where the story tells me to max out the SR bond, but it just made sense for me. Also, the fact that Diane's butt is just always in the frame whenever I use a king card is wild. Here, I'm probably gonna move over. So, a couple of things that I realized on JP I didn't actually realize until very late game is stuff like whenever you move a card, you get extra alt charge. So, if I move Diane's card, she'll get 2 charges. So I do this, she'll get the charge and then an extra charge off of that anyway without actually having to use a card at all. And then in that case, I can use this. Probably just slap her on the butt here as well. Our main goal is going to be to get Bond's ultimate, but I need to get the defense decrease for 2 turns, so should be good here. I think if I was going to put out a gripe about this version of the game so far, the only thing I can say I don't like about Global is the fucking font they use for this. I don't know, so clearly I'm not alone. People have been talking about this quite a bit. But for some reason, the way that this font hits my brain feels wrong. I look at it and I feel uncomfortable, and I don't know why. Hopefully we end up getting like a... See, I don't know what the process to swap that would be. I don't know if they were to try and patch out the font and change it to a different one, would they need to click one button and change font from whatever it is to like Times New Roman? Or would they need to go into every individual file and go like font selection this for every single character? And if that was the case, I think that's a lot of effort to try and do for this whole game. So I don't know if they'll fix it. It's a curious place to be in right now. But I think that's my like one main gripe about it. Also, I should probably turn on ultimations. That would be the combination. Ultimate animations. Because she's out here ready to dance. She's doing it. There we go. Honestly, I'm getting pretty close to actually getting the full max out of my party for right now. I just need a couple more pendants to get for most of my characters. I have the books ready, but like SR pendant income is definitely on the rougher side. That is her power. Yeah. This is a very interesting angle. God! You can't do that! Most characters you would do that to would give you like horrible infections. Jericho does this like move with like the lipstick like once in the entire series. But inside this game, the red Jericho, her ult animation always has that. And I can't help but imagine if you were to rub the blood of like one of the fat kings on your lips, you're probably getting some kind of disease. I don't know what disease, but it's mildly concerning regardless. Also, I'm just gonna take Leon's Meliodas for now, because that's easier. I don't really have the grounds to max out too much. Actually, I should probably just take anybody. Here, you can take a Liz. That works out. I'm just gonna pop into this. Review Revenge. It's barely gonna be a fight at this point. You're not wrong. My Meliodas is kinda you are, cause it's my friend's Meliodas. So it's not super fair. But we'll try it anyway. I'm sorry that you have to go into this being so, like, pessimistic about the fight, Gila, but, like, I get it. Let's go ahead and do this. And this should do a shit ton of damage in the first turn. Clearly this one's made to, like, be a green melee level, because, like, you can see on the top left, her color is blue, but it still works out. But yeah, the game also dropped with like some other really interesting SRs. Because they dropped the Vivian in the early game in this version. They also dropped the SR version of Arthur and the red version of Arthur that's already SSR naturally. But the blue version of the SR Arthur is actually really, really good. I was surprised by it because like I used him for Final Boss Gelther on JP. And like I liked how he worked. There wasn't a lot of situations where I found I needed to use him in because I already had like late game characters. I think that one of the sleeper hits of this current version of the game is the blue Arthur. If you pull a copy of him, hitting up to UR actually does pretty well for like getting grinding done even. He has like a good AoE card, so I like him. He's a good dude. I wish that the anime didn't make him a complete jobber, but you know. You ready? Let's steal this girl's heart. Works out. Wait, it's not even the heart one. I think the nunchuck ones are the ones that have the heart one. He does like a big uppercut in this version. I did it. Alrighty, that's some more free gems. Honestly, I kind of do want to do another multi on the banner. I know I shouldn't. Oh, this is weird. Oh, this is so weird. Right. When Diane became smaller, Elizabeth also became miniature. That was canon. Sometimes I forget how weird Seven Deadly Sins is. I actually love this series so much, because every single thing I try to explain to somebody is just super weird. I tried to explain like Gelther's story to somebody before, and why he was created. And it's wild trying to actually like tell someone about different stories inside the series. It's fun. Here, so we'll grab these. I think I'm gonna do another multi here, honestly. Just cause it's not super worth it, naturally, but I'm getting there. And like my fucking, so they have a petty system in this game, right? And for every like 5 multis you don't get an SSR on, you get a free SSR. I feel like at some point I may as well just finish this off. But in the end, like most characters inside this anyway, I don't have most SRs. And like I do want more copies of the SRs to go ahead and use for my current team. So I think I'm gonna do a multi. I can grind it up regardless. I'm probably gonna end up being someone who's more pay to play in this game. Just cause there are things I will want to grab, like certainly inside this game, but we'll see how it goes. For now, we have half Demon Mark and no red eye flash and a knockback. I don't think that's a very good luck. All right, Meliodas. Here, my headset just died, so let me go ahead and turn that back on. That's good. And we do it. And that's a big tie, unfortunately. Uh-oh, but oh, hey, we got the red Jericho, though. That's good. I also got a copy of the other Arthur I wanted, so I'll take that. Not too bad. This Jericho, her ult is the one where she does like the lipstick thing, so I'll take it. But that is unfortunate. Getting more characters is always good, but I think that coins right now are worth a lot. I think that people that get the coins, like SR coins, to exchange for Slater at this moment are going to be in a pretty good scenario. Because Slater, for early game, is really, really good at single target damage. Granted, you'll also be able to exchange for characters like Arthur from this, so he might be more worth it to go for if you were trying to go for just one of them. but he is 30 rather than being 20 because he isn't on rotation right now. Because rotations work like this. Actually, weird. There's no Arthur on rotation. He's available inside the shop, but he's not on the rotation of the schedule itself. Since Slater, Hellbram, Green Hellbram, Griamore, Hauser for like a week, Gil Thunder, Jericho for a week, Hendrickson, Gila for a week, and then back to Slater. So it'll be a while before he can get Slater again. I think he might be the one to go for. But it all depends on the person, naturally, and what you want to kind of shoot for. SR or SSR Red Arthur is really good if you were trying to gun for something like that. But should be good. For now, I think I'm going to be trying to work on my power a lot more. My current goal is by the end of today, I want to get Red Demons. Because Red Demons are going to be like a daily grind to go ahead and focus on. So hopefully I can do a video as of tomorrow or the day after to go ahead and talk about Red Demons, kind of what to do, what to shenanigan with, and have a good time with it. But definitely going to try and make a lot more videos over here on Grand Cross Global. I think it was just... There's not a lot of games that really pique my interest right now in terms of gacha. It's a matter of... We're in this state where a lot of the things that were really good in the past are kind of waning off, having weird decisions happen like Legends, or just like dying off like Tokyo Ghoul. So now that this game is out, I think that I have something I want to put my energy towards, and JP already finished off. So like I was already late game in JP, it was hard to like get super into it. But this game is really popular. This game is one that I can trust, will update with content, will not struggle, and will not die suddenly one day on the first anniversary. And that's the thing I can trust a lot more. Here, in the first week of Global, they celebrated 770,000 global downloads. And they gave out a bunch of pendants, a bunch of boxes, and a bunch of EXP for it as well. Super good. And I hope that going forward, they monetize this game in a lot of weird ways. Like you can like watch ads for free boxes every day, which isn't great. But I'm hoping this game can thrive and become the best it could possibly be. For right now, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time on 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross Global.